Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We have left the floor of the PDAC, but still PDAC 2018. Here is the third day, and we are here at the lunch event of Max Silver. And yeah, we want to talk with George Paspalas now to give us an update, and especially to give us an update after the sensational new resource estimate, and now let's say adjusted PEA numbers. George, welcome.
Updated,
yeah. Well, it looks fantastic. $5.02 AISC. I mean, that's fantastic. Also, your resource. Maybe we can recap shortly. What was the resource then about, the updated one?
Sure, the resource has increased substantially. Now, we've almost doubled the indicated and the inferred categories. We have about 12 million tonnes in both categories. The indicated is much more drilled off, right? So it's primarily indicated in the bonanza zone. In the deep zone, less drilling, more predominantly inferred. But the consistency of the mineralisation on our drilling, the historical nature of the mineralisation in the Fresnillo trend is such that most of that inferred will convert to indicated. And we're continuing to drill, we're continuing to step out, and the mineralisation continues. So
To grow, yeah.
You know,
and I mean, it's not only silver and gold now, we have also lead and zinc.
Lead
and copper,
lead and zinc, and as you get deeper, very good copper.
Yeah, lovely.
Right? And so it's
and the world needs copper.
Yep. Well, they're all good, right?
Yeah.
And
let's talk about the numbers you just have brought out, and especially this calculation with $8 silver. You are not only still like alive, but you still make money, and I mean that's important.
Very important, right? Because
all the others will be dead.
It's easy when metal prices are high. You know, the industry gets challenged as metal prices go down, and you know, if we were to hit, I don't believe we're going to $8 silver, but we use this metric as a reference point for just the quality of this project and how robust it is. So, you know, our base case metal assumptions for the PEA in the $17 silver, that's a phenomenal return of 44% after tax. But if you were to stress test the asset and you take the silver down to $8 an ounce, that's a very difficult silver price for this industry to sustain itself.
I would say for the whole industry it's difficult.
Very difficult, right? Yeah. Well, we don't just keep the lights on. At $8 silver, we generate a 15% after-tax IRR. And it just goes to explain or exhibit how robust this project is because it's high grade and it's got all those metals you talked about earlier. They all contribute cash. To mine 1 tonne of ore, you don't go and mine another tonne for a different metal. It's all in the same tonne that you're pulling out. So it makes a great business. You know? It's like a diversified business in the one bucket load of rock.
And you know what? It's like a diversified tonne you mine.
Yeah.
I like that really. And you know what is even much better? All those metals are in a deficit.
Yes.
Deficits mean higher prices.
Correct.
Yeah. I also saw in your terrific presentation that now you do the twin decline. Yeah, this is all really progressing, and it's getting even bigger and bigger. Maybe you can elaborate a bit on that also.
Well, this is where, you know, we're very fortunate that we are in a partnership with Fresnillo, the operator of the joint venture, and very quickly as we got our first few deep holes out, they knew that this was something special. This is going to get a lot larger, and so they made decisions to sort of upsize the mine as we started to build it, which is very smart. And one of those things was a higher mining rate. It all sounds good, but you have to remove the waste. And so very quickly they made decisions to jump on doing a second ramp to take the waste out, because we're mining a lot more ore, or mineralised material, but we also have to mine a lot more waste, and we have to get it out. So we've nearly completed that twin ramp now, and this is just becoming a very big asset, a very sizable asset. When it comes online, it could very well be the largest primary silver producing asset in the world.
That's a bit my feeling, honestly.
Yeah, no, I think
for a long time.
Well, exactly, because we believe there's more than Valdecanes. And as we continue to drill Valdecanes, we find more. That's good. But we really want to get away from it and drill some of the other very prospective targets. They're very prospective because we stand on the property boundary and we look over to Fresnillo and we see the drill rigs coming towards the boundary. So one of those, or some of those veins, come onto the joint venture ground. So I think we have a high degree of probability of finding another new vein. Where that's important is when you find a new vein, you have a new top of the system. Top of the system, high-grade silver. So as you mine down in Valdecañas, and your silver grade starts to go down, like all of the epithermal veins, you find with time the mine production goes down. If you have another vein to come in and you bring a top in, you plateau that peak production out.
Absolutely.
That's what we want to try and create
Fantastic.
here.
Yeah, and I mean also cost-wise, it's phenomenal.
Oh yeah, it's we're just so fortunate. Inherently, it's a low-cost operation because of the geometry of the system, because of the ease of mining it. But then we have Fresnillo, the operator, have mined the same vein for almost 10 years now. So they're good at it. They've had a lot of practice.
Yeah, the experience is there, definitely.
And they get better every year.
Yeah.
We enjoy that benefit by being in a partnership
Absolutely.
with
No,
them.
that's outstanding. Also for me, it's always important if a company is in the development stage, and I mean, you want to be in production like 2020, I would call it, yeah?
Yep.
I saw also you have tremendous amount of cash, like 165, 170 million dollars, I would call it.
That's right.
That's definitely enough to go into production for you guys,
Well,
you think?
Let's
assume everything is in plan, of course.
If the capital number, if the final capital number is what the PEA calls for, 360 million, yes, we're well funded. We're doing the feasibility study now, and when that comes out, we'll see if the capital goes up or down, and then we'll be able to answer that question a bit more accurately. But for what we know right now, yes, we've got enough money for our share to build out the PEA.
Exactly.
And come rather than 2020, the first half of 2020.
Exactly, yeah.
We start to get cash flow, right?
Yeah, exactly. And the great thing is, I mean, we really have to emphasize that you have no debt on the company. So that means from the first produced ounce, you guys make money.
Yes.
You must not please the banks.
Yes, no. Well,
I mean, in the debt sense.
well, our shareholders have been very kind to us. Right? I mean, when we've come to the capital markets, they've written checks because they know long term, right? This share price is going to be very, very strong.
You're a cash spitting machine, I would say.
Correct, right? And we've funded the company in a situation where we're valued as a developer. So 0.7 P to NAV. Once we make a production decision here in the next month or two, we hope, we've been indicated from Fresnillo that it could be April, we start on a timetable going forward to the first half of 2020 where we will re-rate because we're going to become a silver producer. And all the silver producing companies average about a 1.2 times P to NAV. So we will just increase in share price value by just executing on building this mine.
Yeah, just do what you say.
Yeah, and then if we drill and find another vein or two or more, where does that share price go?
Well, I would say north.
Yeah, and and so like a lot of precious metal equities now, we're trading low. We're a great buying opportunity.
That's right.
And it's not because we're trading low, it's because we have this catalyst of going into production, re-rating, but there's still all this exploration upside. So buy your MAG shares now.
Yeah, that's a great final sentence. I loved it. George, thank you very much.
Always a
All
pleasure.
the best. And the news flow is on, the feasibilities going on, and I expect a lot of good news from you guys.
Oh, we're looking forward to it.
Super.
Thank you
very much.
Good to see you again.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, there was George Paspalas, the CEO of Max Silver, and you heard that everything is on track, everything is on plan. And what I really like with the company, and I really was not so obvious on that, just what I saw in the presentation, at $8 silver, this company has 15% IRR. And this is really amazing. I think there's not really one silver producer out in the world by now which can really hold that or top that. And also everything with the twin decline is really running forward so they can get the waste out. And the valuation, as George said, will really go north very soon because the feasibility is coming. There will be a producer, and then it's a really different play. So as you said, buy your Max shares now. That's exactly what I thought. So thank you very much and for watching us, and bye bye from Toronto.